Oh my God. Hey y'all, it's Keisha Kell and welcome to Her Open Diary podcast. Of course, this is episode 2. Y'all let me know if y'all watched episode 1. Let me know how y'all like it. Let me know if I gave y'all some actual good advice. You know what I'm saying? This is today's look, you know what I'm saying? Curly hair, glasses, makeup did a little bit. I just wanted to put a little razzle dazzle in there. A little bit. I got my dog right next to me. I don't think y'all can see her, but she sleep. You know what I'm saying? She sleeps, she chilling. Yeah. Today's podcast episode is going to be about self-respect, morals, and values as a woman. So y'all subscribe if y'all haven't to. Y'all follow me on all platforms, all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Her Open Diary podcast. You know what I'm saying? Go look at that. And I upload clips on TikTok every day from this podcast. So go tune in. Thank you. And yeah, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the podcast episode because we don't want to do more talking. What I want to start with is what self-respect looks like to me and what it looked like before. What self-respect and morals and stuff like that look like before to me is when I really didn't really understand it for real. I thought it was more so how you carry yourself, how you dress and how you talk, and yeah, that's what I thought it was, is how you carry yourself, how you dress, and how you talk. No, I soon enough learned when I was growing up, of course, learned that self-respect is more than that. You know what I'm saying? Self-respect is how you treat yourself and how you treat others and how you want others to treat you. You know what I'm saying? Self-respect is, have you ever walked in a room when you ever walked in a room and someone walked in and you instantly like turn your head and just like, oh, let me not play with her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like self-respect is. You know what I'm saying? It's just not something that you have to say. It's very quiet. It's unspoken. It's not something that you need to, oh yeah, you guys, I respect myself. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I respect myself. Don't play with me. No. It's just something that people automatically pick up when they look at you and when they feel your energy when you walk in the room. Okay, it's your aura, if you will. It's your aura. You know what I'm saying? You know how Duke Dennis walk in? It's like, oh my God, Duke Dennis. Yeah, it's your aura. All right. I think that self-respect is boundaries as well. Saying no, learning how to say no, and not explaining yourself to nobody. Because you don't have to explain yourself to nobody if we're being completely fucking real. You don't. You really don't. If you explain yourself, that's more so a you thing. Okay? That ain't got nothing to do with them. Um, and also having discernment, I feel like, is a form of self-respect because you can learn what and who to put your energy into and what not to. You know what I'm saying? Not everything deserves a reaction. Not everything deserves your energy and deserves your love and deserves, you know what I'm saying? Not everything deserves that. You know what I'm saying? Discernment, you get to know who and when and where and how you need to go about certain situations. I have treated myself less than to be liked by other people, and that plays into people pleasing, and that also plays into a lot of social media these days. Like, that's how you can get into that rabbit hole of social media, and you see other people living a lifestyle that you want potentially. Like, oh, they got the yachts, they got the money, they got the cars, they got the luxury lifestyle, they got the high-rise apartment, they got the Chanel bag, they got all this stuff. But whole time, they got bills on bills on bills, and they ain't got enough money to keep up with it. Whole time, they got all these liabilities that's just like materialistic stuff. It's not something that, you know what I'm saying, that you want to really have. It's not all glitz and glamour like you think it is. Friends, I used to belittle myself to keep friends around. I used to just like, I don't know, I used to just downplay myself and make myself feel less than and make myself feel smaller in order to fit into someone else's world. Like, if I had certain things going on in my life that I didn't want to quote unquote brag or talk about it. It wouldn't even be bragging. I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to make them feel like, oh, I'm better than them. Oh, I got more going on than you. Oh, I am doing more than you. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to make them feel that way, so I just wouldn't talk about my accomplishment. I wouldn't talking about what I had going on. I wouldn't talk about all this stuff because I wanted to make them feel comfortable with me, or you know what I'm saying? I wanted them to, I don't know, I just didn't want to make them feel no type of way. And that goes into people pleasing as well. Like, girl, at the end of the day, don't nobody give a fuck. If you got accomplishments and your accomplishments make somebody else feel insecure, your accomplishments has nothing to do with someone else's insecurities, okay? That has nothing to do. That's insecurities are a you problem or a them problem, whatever. That has nothing to do with you. Do not blame yourself for someone else's insecurities. And that's a lot with social media these days. Like, I seen a TikTok not too long ago about this girl. She bought some groceries and she was restocking her fridge, and everybody got mad at her for restocking her fridge with groceries. Cause you can't afford it? What does that have to do with her? She just wanted to make a fucking video. Damn. Just cause you can't afford it don't mean somebody else can't. Like, also being a follower, when I was in like middle school, high school, I used to be a follower, y'all. Like, I think because I grew up with a childhood and parents that were so different, I tried to find many ways to fit in, and that led to me being a follower. Whatever someone else did, I did. Whatever bag everybody else was getting, I had to get that bag. Whatever Jordans everybody else was getting, I needed them Jordans. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little jealous sometimes because someone had something that I didn't have. And I grew up to realize, like, my mama just simply didn't have it like that. And I didn't understand it at the time, but it's just like, you can't compare yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't compare yourself to someone else's lifestyle or someone else's livelihood. The habits that I had that showed that I didn't respect myself was people pleasing. And I want to talk about this. This is a big main topic of it. Like, people pleasing was my main problem. Like I said, I didn't want to make nobody else feel uncomfortable. I didn't want to be an inconvenience to anybody. I didn't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I didn't want to make nobody angry. And all that does is, that's not keeping nobody peace, but because they don't even care. They don't care, and you're belittling yourself and making yourself feel bad for someone else's comfort. Like, that, because at the end of the day, they will put themselves first over anybody. So why the fuck are you putting them on a pedestal for no reason? You know what I'm saying? To make them feel better, to stroke their ego, to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not worth it. That's not worth your mental. That's not worth your energy. It's just not worth it. Also, settling for things like, oh, you think you can't get a certain job, so you settle for McDonald's. No shade to nobody that work at McDonald's, but I'm saying, like, if you want a corporate job, but you feel like you can't get a corporate job, so your resume has enough background to where you could work at a retail spot. So you work at a retail spot because you feel like you're not qualified enough to work at a corporate spot. But you never know. You never know. You haven't interviewed there. You haven't tried. You haven't applied there. That's just something that you have within yourself because you feel like you're not worthy of working at somewhere that requires more technique and knowledge and stuff like that. You haven't even tried. You haven't pushed yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't settle. Do not ever settle. That's the one thing I hate doing. I hate when people try to make me settle. I hate when people try to make me feel like I am doing too much for wanting something. Baby, one thing about me, you're not finna force me to do nothing. You're not finna make me do anything. You're not finna make me settle for nothing. If I want something, I am going to get that thing. I don't care who I gotta step on. Well, actually, let me pause. Okay, let me retract. Okay, if it's business, I don't care who I gotta go over. I don't care who I gotta get to. I will get what I want when it comes to business. I don't care if I want, even if it comes to things like if I wanted a car. I don't care what I gotta do. If I gotta work 10 overtime shifts, to go on a vacation, or if I got to get another job to afford a car that I want or something like that, I'm not gonna do it boldly and then stop working at the job. Of course, I'm gonna work there and maintain it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But like I'm basically saying, if I want something, I'm going to get it. I will not ever settle. If I know I can get better, I will get better. And no, because I know that there is better in this world, and I know what kind of lifestyle that I want. And so with that being said, settling is not an option for me. I will never ever settle. If you settle, you're just comfortable with living in whatever you're living in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot grow in the same place that had you stagnant. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, that just, I hate that. That's a biggest pet peeve. Like, settling and just somebody trying to make me do something that I don't want to do. And if that was the case, somebody trying to make me do something that I don't want to do, that's going to make me do the opposite thing even 2 times more. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't tell me what to do. Don't make me settle for nothing. Don't force me to do nothing. Because, yeah, that's just that. Being naive also showed that I didn't really respect myself, or, you know what I'm saying, didn't really love myself, because it's like, you give people chance after chance after chance after chance after they showed you their true colors the first time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she just moved. But you give people chance after chance after chance after chance after they showed you their true colors for the first time. When somebody gives you their true colors for the first time, take it for what it is. Because at the end of the day, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing it. People only do what you allow. So if you tolerate disrespect and you be like, oh yeah, I'm done and I'm not talking to you no more, and then you go back the next week, you really think they're going to take you serious? You really think they're going to take you serious and take you for real? Girl, they're going to do that again because they know you going to fold. You going to fold under pressure. Girl, especially when it comes to these men. Like, girl, when it comes to these men and they call you, oh, I miss you, sweetheart, this, that, and the third, knowing that he done fucked you over. Knowing he done fucked you over numerous times. And every time he's, oh, I'm sorry. And you take him back every time. I'm sorry. Oh, you come back. That one time you feel like, oh yeah, I am completely done. He's not going to take that serious. Actions are louder than words. He gon', man, let me tell you something. Actions are definitely louder than words. Because you can say one thing and do a complete another. Like I was just saying. Oh, I'm done with you, but you took him back. Sister, let's get it together, okay? Thank you. And also cursing. Y'all, don't mind me touching my nose. My nose is running. I don't know why my nose is running. But cursing a lot. Y'all, when I look at old videos of me, or, you know what I'm saying, how I used to be, cursing was, girl, I had a potty mouth. I look back, every other word was bitch, hoe, fuck, damn, shit. Dang, relax. It's like I just learned how to cuss or something. Dang, like, just relax. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying cut out the cuss words completely, because at the end of the day, I love a good bitch. I love a good cuss word, bitch. Bitch, you stupid bitch. Y'all, I should have put a disclaimer on this video. Like, don't watch this around your parents. But, like, you can, not every sentence, not every phrase deserves a cuss word, okay? You can say the same thing without cussing. Like, I know that cuss word add a little pizzazz to it, add a little attitude to it, but it don't require it, sweetheart. Just calm it down, okay? Just calm it down. And also, it's not really attractive, especially if you're trying to attract. What am I trying to say? Especially if you're trying to attract a certain type of man, or attract a certain type of person, friend, relationships, whatever. If you're trying to attract someone of, how can I say this? I don't know how to say this. of higher energy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Higher, como se dice? Me don't know the word. If you're trying to attract somebody higher with that carries themselves in a certain way, that's just not something that those type of people really do often. It's not cussing all the dang time. Chill out on it. Okay? It's a potty mouth. I used to do that and smoke at the same time. Damn shit. What the fuck y'all doing today? It's not cute. That's not ladylike. It's not ladylike, ma'am. And I don't care who watching this. If you feel some type of way, take it up with your mama. I don't care. That's not ladylike. And it's sitting there with your legs all open, smoking a blunt. What the fuck y'all doing today? Got a Glock in your goddamn pants. Why is you carrying yourself like a nigga? Why? And you want to attract and you trying to attract the complete opposite. Mm-mm. 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 How I set the tone for how I want to be treated now is I don't indulge in gossip or drama. Y'all, oh my flipping God. I hate drama and I hate gossiping. Now, don't get me wrong now. I like watching drama. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being in drama. That's the difference. Why does this feel like something in my eye? I don't like being in drama. I'll watch the drama. You know what I'm saying? You know that TikTok, they be like, that's the type of shit you gotta watch from a distance. That's what I like doing. Okay? I like watching from a distance. Oh, that Brene and Tim child. Oh, see what she did. What? She slept with who? She told the baby, what? Yeah. Oh, my bad, Cleo. She over here looking at me. You see her? Like, she over here looking at me like, my bad. I'm sorry. But, yeah. I like watching drama from afar. I don't like being in it. I don't like talking about people. I don't talk about people at all. I ain't gonna say at all. I'll talk about somebody here and there, but I'm not finna sit here and talk about somebody for 30 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit here. Oh yeah, she bad body. She ugly. Her wig fucked up. Her lace fucked up. Her lashes fucked up. She ain't got no man. She ain't got no place. She ain't got no car. I ain't like. Come on now, like, come on now. That's not something. That's not cute. That's not. That's very low vibrational. That's the word I should have said earlier. If you're trying to attract somebody that's within higher vibrations, all that cursing and all this gossiping and drama and shit like that, that's just not something that high vibrational people do. Okay? That's not. It's very low vibrational. Okay? Yeah. With gossip and drama, I don't really like it, honestly. I've noticed that when I am around people that do gossip and talk about people behind their back, and I stay quiet. I don't indulge in it. I'm not finna be like, oh yeah, girl, her hair fucked up too. Yeah, you seen that, girl? Hair, yeah. No. I'm not doing that because that's just not. That's a moral thing. That's a respect thing, honestly, within myself. Like, as this whole episode is about, like, that's just something that I just don't see the point in doing. What do I gain out of talking about people? Nothing. I feel like people of low vibrations, they gain a ego boost because they feel like they're better than that next person because their hair is fucked up. Baby, your hair could be fucked up too. Ain't nobody saying it to you. Now what? I think the boundaries that I used to ignore, but I now protect my peace with, is giving people multiple chances. It's not worth it. And that goes along with being naive. Like, giving people chance after chance after chance is, like, that's the definition of insanity, ain't it? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Yeah, that's insanity. Girl, you fucking crazy. What is you doing? Girl, thinking that man gonna do something different. He gonna show you the same thing. And over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? No. Mm-mm. Once somebody shows you their true colors once, believe them. Standing up for myself. Also, standing up for myself was a very hard thing, and I'm still kind of struggling with it. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten so much better at it now than how I was before. I would not say anything. Even if I didn't like something or something like that, I would just sit there and take it. And I remember one time I was in high school, volleyball. We was in volleyball practice, and we was practicing volleyball, whatever. And this girl, I was running from one side of the court to the other to hit the ball or whatever, and she ended up tripping me, and I tripped and fell on my face. Yep, and I was too, I guess, I was too afraid to stand up to myself for myself and stand up to her. And what I should have did was beat her the fuck up. That's what I should have did. I should have beat her motherfucking ass. If I was the person I am today back then, I would have beat her ass. But I didn't because I was scary. I was a bitch. I was pussy. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, I was so scared of the consequences of what would happen after. I could get expelled, I could get suspended or something like that. I could, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I was just so scared of the consequences or what could happen or what my mama would say or whatever. I just didn't say anything. And I can't believe I let myself do that. Why did I do that? Why didn't I say nothing? Why? But you live and you learn, okay? The morals that I have now and have changed since I was little was loyalty. I honestly didn't know what loyalty looks like for real. I think that loyalty was more so just like a family thing. I didn't really think it was something that you do for someone else outside of family. So, can I say that though? Because I've always been a loyal type of person. I think I didn't know how loyalty looks like for me, how it felt to be like for someone to be loyal to me. I've always been the loyal one. Does that make sense? Like, I've never been treated with such respect and such in a way of somebody would not do me wrong. I didn't know how it felt for someone to stick up for me. I didn't know how it felt for someone to back me up or something like that. Or if I had someone one call away because I'm in trouble. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know how that looked. Faith, that changed. Before, I didn't really understand what God was. I didn't understand what I'm praising something that I can't see. You know what I'm saying? I'm praising something that I can't touch. I've never heard. I've never seen. I've never spoke to. You know what I'm saying? But that has changed now because I've gone through things and I have seen God work literally. He has pulled me out of things where I felt like I didn't know what the I was finna do. But somehow, some way, some magical being out of nowhere just poof, there you go. That's God. That's God. And after a while, I was like, let me look into God. Okay, let me build my faith. Okay. And recently I had this experience in church. I felt the Holy Spirit for the first time, y'all. Oh my God. I felt the Holy Spirit for the first time. And when you see this stuff on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that, and you see people being delivered from certain things, you don't think it's real. You think it's fake, and you don't think that it's something that can really, really happen. You think that they are forcing it or whatever. Yeah, you think they really forcing it, and before the cameras cut on, it's like, oh, you need to do this and act like this and cry and cough and gag and throw up and fall on the floor and roll out before we turn this camera on, and then that's when they quote unquote being delivered. No, actually, that stuff is real, and I know because I was delivered. I ain't do all the rolling on the ground and throwing up and stuff like that, but my uncle took me to church. Something told me to go visit my uncle this weekend. He took me to church, and the pastor started talking about certain things that I was going through that no one else in the room could have known. There's no way they could have known that I was going through. There's no way. I'm like, what? How? So I started crying as the pastor started praying. I had my head down. I softly started crying at first because I don't like crying in front of people. I don't like crying around people. I don't like people consoling me. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Oh. No, I don't like that. So if I'm really crying in front of somebody, just know that I am dead ass hurt. I am hurting. I am hurting inside. It's like something that has built up in me for so long that I just burst out crying for, what I'm saying, for whatever reason. If I cry in front of somebody. Usually I cry in my room, I cry in the bathroom, cry in the shower, cry by myself. Okay. So I started softly crying, had my head down. Then as the prayer went on, I started crying a little harder. Uncle tapped me. He noticed that I was crying. I ignored him. He took me to the altar, and I have been to this church before. So the pastor and the first lady started praying for me. And as they were praying for me, I started gagging. I was crying harder. Okay, I was crying twice as hard. But I was also gagging. I was like, I'm like, why am I gagging? Why am I hyperventilating? Why am I crying? Hold on. Give me a second. What's going on? Whole time, I noticed that I was being delivered from so many things at the same time that's what the gagging and stuff was. That's what I was being delivered from. Being delivered from anxiety, being delivered from overthinking, being delivered from fears, being delivered from just stuff like that, like I was a very anxious person. I was a very fearful person. If I had the #1 Olympic award for overthinking, I would be that. Okay, I would have that award, whatever trophy that is. I would have that. And after that experience, I felt so relaxed. I felt so free. I felt so alleviated. I felt so carefree in the world. Like I felt like I could go walk on clouds and it be that. I feel like I could go skip down a rainbow road with a unicorn. That's how I feel. And ever since that experience, my faith has built a lot more because God actually know after all that praying, God let me know that He is here for me. He is working, and there's a lot of things that has happened after the fact, after that has happened, where I'm looking at it now from a point of view of I'm not worried, I'm not scared, I'm not overwhelmed. I may have a moment of panic, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not overwhelmed, I'm not scared, I'm not, I know God got me. So also within that altar, I gave all my problems to God. And when I say that, I said I surrender all my worries, all my fears, all of that to you, God. That's exactly what I said. And when you go to the altar, I also realized when you say some stuff like that, you literally have to give it to God. You cannot pray. You cannot give something to God. You cannot surrender something to God and still be worrying about it, still be holding on to that baggage, because you need to have that faith and you need to trust in God that much that He is going to handle it for you. Okay? And He will. But you have to have that faith and you have to trust in God. Okay? So yeah. That's what I wanted to say about faith. I have before compromised my morals to fit in or be accepted or validated. I think validation was a big thing for me growing up because like I didn't everything that I was doing, even if it was a good thing, it was always something wrong with it. So whenever I did do a good thing, I was always looking to somebody like, "Hey, look at what I did. Look at what I did. You like what I did? Oh my gosh, do you like my outfit? Oh my gosh, do you like my hair? Oh my gosh, do you like my nails? Do you like me? You know?" Like that is something that I really had to work on. Now I don't look out for validation anymore, or not as much. If I do look for validation, it's from my man. Okay, that's the only validation I look for, because I realized that validation, like I said, you could be doing some. You're not gonna please everybody. How about that? You're not gonna please everybody. Everybody's always gonna have something to say about whatever you're doing. You could be the millionaire, and somebody could have something to say because you're not giving them money and they mad at you. They hated God. They hated Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you think about it in that perspective, you could be doing everything right to the T for someone and they will still have something to say negative about it. It makes you realize, like, are you really living for yourself or are you living for other people? And once you start to live for yourself, you realize that I don't give a fuck. This is my life. I want to do what I want to do. If I want to go fucking skinny dipping, I want to go skinny dipping. If I want to roller skate on the roof, off the balcony into a pool, that's what I'll do. And I don't care what anybody else has said about it, because that's gonna make me happy. Do what makes you happy, okay? Looking for validation and looking for acceptance in other people, that's not happiness. Happiness comes from within. Happiness comes from things that you like and things that you want to do. Happiness comes from you being yourself and not being afraid to be yourself. For a long time, I was afraid to be myself because I was afraid of being judged. I was afraid of not being liked or accepted. You get what I'm saying? um, I like Doechii. A lot of people that I know don't really like Doechii. So when I speak about Doechii, they think that Doechii is kind of weird in a sense. They don't think she's weird, but they don't listen to her music. They don't think she's interesting or whatever. And I didn't really want to express that I like Doechii because they didn't like Doechii. Okay, y'all, my camera turned off because it said it got too hot, so I had to take a second. But I forgot what I was saying. Oh, when I started to express the fact that I love Doechii, and you know what I'm saying, I don't care who like her and who don't, I started to feel so free. I started to feel like I was a literal animal out of the cage. Like, I started to feel like I can really be myself, and which is weird because a lot of people like Doechii and some people really think she's an industry plant or whatever, but I love the girl. So if Doechii, you see this, holla at your girl. You know what I'm saying? And my morals shape the type of people that are into my life now, because I carry myself in a more respectful way. I respect myself, which requires other people to respect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I will not tolerate disrespect. I will not tolerate no BS. I will not tolerate drama. I won't tolerate gossip. I won't tolerate just unnecessary things, unnecessary situations. Pick my people, whoever I want to have in my life, based off of their habits, based off of things that they do, in a sense. Because if you are going to the club and you shaking your ass and you smoking and you drinking and you do this every weekend, and I don't do that every weekend, that's two completely different people. I don't think I would get along with somebody like that, because then eventually you're gonna try to get me to do exactly what you're doing. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not doing that. I would rather go on a hike. I would rather go ride bikes. I would rather paint. I would rather go try a new class. I would rather do a culinary class, aerial class, or something like that every other weekend, rather than be in the club spending $300 and $400 on a section to look around at people do nothing but stand around and sing lyrics and drink and pop bottles. I don't want to do that. That's just not me. So I'm not finna hang around somebody like that. Now, if I was somebody like that, of course, I would hang around with somebody like that. Of course, because we the same people. We do the same shit. Yeah. And also, I'm not gonna hang around people who I want to be like. I mean, who I don't want to be like. I'm not finna hang around people, like I said, that be in the club and stuff like that. I would rather hang around people who I aspire to be, or people who provide value to me in some type of way, whether that's emotionally, mentally, physically. Like if they make me get in the gym or something like that, or I am able to speak to them and not feel judged, or I am able to, or they have habits that I eventually want to have one day, and it having people around me that motivate me. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a friend right now, she's a real estate agent. I'm currently pursuing my real estate agent license. So, I mean, not real agent license, but real estate license. I'm currently pursuing that. So, I would ask her questions like, hey, do you know this, that, and the third? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would surround myself around people like that, people who are inspired to be, people who are inspiring to me, or I inspire them. You know what I'm saying? It's not a transactional thing. It's more of like a value thing. You have the same values that I have. You have the same morals that I have. You respect yourself just like how I respect myself. We can hang together. We can vibe with each other. We can talk. We can hang out. You know what I'm saying? We can chill. You know what I'm saying? I also don't want to hang out with people who I can't have a deep conversation with. I don't like surface level relationships. Like I've had friendships in the past where I feel like I can't really talk to you for real, for real. So what? The only thing we really doing is drinking and smoking and partying, and I can't really have like a deep emotional connection with you or a deep emotional conversation with you without you be like, oh, yep, mm-hmm, damn, for real, damn, that's crazy. Like, hell no, I'm not doing it. I am not doing it. No, no. Especially if it's in a situation that I need advice in, and you ain't got no advice to give me because you've never been in that situation, or you don't know how to go about this situation because it's just not you. You know what I'm saying? My top 3 core values right now are peace, growth, and loyalty. I want to remain peaceful. I want to keep my peace. Right now, I will say I'm at peace right now because I'm not tolerating no bullshit. I'm not tolerating disrespect. I'm not tolerating nothing that's going to disturb my peace. I'm not gonna let nobody get me out of character. I'm not gonna react to everything. I am protecting my peace. I have gotten to a place to where I am able to be at peace in some type of way, but I know how to maintain it. So I'm going to keep that peace. I've been in a situation before to where I was peaceful and I went somewhere and my peace was very disturbed. I was perturbed in that situation. That's just not it right now. That's not even right now. Like for the rest of my life, I don't want to be in that type of mindset, in that type of environment to where I feel like I'm on 10 all the time. Like I gotta look over my left, I gotta look over my right, I gotta keep my head on the swivel. If I hear gunshots in the background, or I gotta make sure I don't get into it with that person, and I gotta be on edge 24/7. Like I don't like that. I don't like that. I want to live a soft, chill, vibey, go with the flow lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? As far as loyalty, I have learned that loyalty is not just, of course, it's not a word, it's an action. Loyalty is being there for someone whether it was a good experience or a bad experience, you know that they're there for you and you are there for them. Okay? It's more to it, but I'll get into that on another video, okay? Growing as an individual, I really want to grow spiritually, okay, in my faith, and because I want to get more into God, and I have a relationship with him, but I want to get to know him better and get to know why he did the things he did or why he said the things he said or whatever, so that requires me getting into my Bible. That's a slow process, okay? It all takes time. How I make decisions that align with my values and my morals is that I avoid chaos. I have been through majority of my life being in noise and in chaos. So now that I'm finally out, I want to keep that. I want to cherish that. That is something that I hold close to my heart. So I want to be able to protect it, Um like earlier, that involves no drama, no gossip, no unnecessary situations. No, I'm protecting my peace. You know what I'm saying? Treating others as I want to be treated. And I know they say that in school, but when you don't really think that's fair when you in school, but when you grow up, it's really a character thing. Don't mind me, y'all. I'm popping my knuckles. I need to stop. Um, when you grow, it's really a character thing. You treat others how you want to be treated, no matter if they are mean to you, if they are nasty to you, if they are disrespectful to you, because you never want to give someone else the satisfaction of getting you out of character. You know what I'm saying? You don't, because the only reason they're being nasty and stuff like that because they want a reaction out of you. They want you to react and they want you to be nasty so they can say, "Oh yeah, I got you out of character." "Oh yeah, you're mad, nah, nah, da, boo boo." Like they want to be able to say that. So don't give them what they want. Keep yourself poised, polite, and oh yeah, oh that's sad. I'm sorry. Have a good day though. Simple. I have learned to keep myself grounded in my femininity. You know what I'm saying? Because I have learned to be confident but humble at the same time. Soft but assertive at the same time. Caring but not overextending at the same time. Because especially like overextending, you can care and overextend too much. If someone is coming to you with a problem and they're like, "Oh, I can't find a car, my car is messed up. Oh, fuck, dang. And I need a car. Oh my gosh." And then you take it upon yourself to help them find a car. Go online and you looking at how much the car is and this down the third, but next and you send it to them and stuff like that, and then next week they still complaining about the same thing. They not trying to fix their own situation. You're caring about their situation way too much. That is not your responsibility. And now you're wasting your time, energy, and you know what I'm saying, into something that ain't got nothing to do with you. Okay? So stop doing it. And also another thing with learning to respect yourself and knowing your worth is when you stop negotiating your worth as well. You start prioritizing your peace over anything. And also, these past 2 months while my boyfriend was in basic training for the Navy, I had to be able to sit with myself and really figure out who I was, what I wanted, and what I liked, what I valued, what were my morals and stuff like that. This was a recent thing that I really had to go through. So that's why I'm making this video, because I really want to share it, okay? I realized that you cannot respect yourself and know your morals and stuff like that if you don't know who you are. If you don't know your worth, especially if you don't know your worth. If you know your worth, you're going to let anybody treat you any type of way. And if you don't stand for anything, you're going to fall for anything. Okay? And that's just that on that. I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to keep it cute. Okay? Because this episode is already long enough. And also, Being a woman is not about age. It's not about maturing. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? It's about self awareness. It's, you don't just wake up and be like, I'm that girl. No, that's something you have to build, because it's 50-year-olds out here still acting like they 18. It's 60-year-olds out here still acting like they in their 20s. It's 30-year-olds still acting like they in their 20s and stuff like that. That's not age doesn't equal maturity. Age doesn't equal, you know what I'm saying? It don't equal that. Age, not age. Being a woman and being that girl and being her, quote unquote, requires you to be self-aware and realize things within yourself that you need to change. So that's really it. That's what I want to talk about this episode. Y'all let me know if y'all like this episode. Let me know some things y'all learned in the comments down below. Okay, I know this episode is pretty late because I ain't gonna lie, I was procrastinating. I knew I was gonna make an episode, but I was procrastinating. Like, it's okay. I don't know if I should still upload it today because it's currently 10:33. If I upload it, it will be at 12 o'clock midnight. So that's gonna be Thursday technically. Okay. I might still upload it. I don't know what y'all think, but like I said, I hope y'all like this episode. Y'all like, share, comment, subscribe. Y'all follow me on all social medias, okay? And I hope y'all like this Her Open Diary podcast number 2, okay? And yeah, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all later.